After a while it'll start cooling down this side. But, devotees, you know what? This is the day, this is the anniversary of the day that Lord Chaitanya took sanyas. This is, now that's worth, yes. Thank you. Yes, right. A great pastime. So we will read a sequence of verses here in which Lord Chaitanya is preparing for it, or preparing is just about to do it. But the thing is, this just as a little background, that Lord Chaitanya, he came taking the place of the Yuga avatar. Yuga avatar means that particular incarnation of the Lord who establishes what is the Yuga Dharma, or the prescribed religious activity for the particular age. So that form of the Lord who comes to establish that. Lord Chaitanya took the place because Lord Chaitanya is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna directly, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. Lord Chaitanya is Nahe Anya, none other than actually Radha and Krishna together. So, but the thing is that normally in every yuga, there are 4 yugas, they go, it's cyclical, they just rotate and rotate. Satya Yuga is like a golden age, Treta Yuga is like a silver age, and Dwapara Yuga is sort of perhaps like a bronze age, something like that. But Kali Yuga is the iron age. And of course you understand these metals as we go down, they're progressively less valuable and less special. Even bronze is somewhat special, but iron, sort of like tin, is not special. It's just gross. And it doesn't have sort of intrinsic quality like particularly gold, and even silver, and even brass. So every yuga, every age, there is a yuga avatar, a form of the Lord who comes to establish the yuga dharma, the particular religious activity which is recommended and which is most effective in the particular age. And these are all incarnations of Lord Vishnu, because Lord Vishnu is, you could say, he's the Lord of the material world. He resides kind of in between, at least Mahavishnu is sort of on the edge of the spiritual world, and he glances over the material nature, activates the material nature, so the material creation begins. And then from him come Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, and they are within the material world. So these are 3 particular forms of one form, that is Lord Vishnu. And what they do is they deal with the material world. That's what they do. They don't really deal with the spiritual world. Lord Krishna does that. So in every age they're overseeing all the happenings and the development of things in the material world through the different ages, and Lord Vishnu, specifically Kshirodakshai Vishnu, he appears in every age in a particular form to demonstrate and teach that particular religious activity which is recommended for that age and which is the most effective for that age. So he appeared in Satyayuga. He appeared, anyway, he appears in all the ages in different forms as the Yuga avatars. Yes. He appeared as Lord Kapila, he appeared as in Satyayuga, he appeared as Lord Yagya in Treta Yuga, and generally he appears as Lord Shyama, blackish form of the Lord, who's not exactly Krishna, who of course is blackish, bluish black, but it's a form of Vishnu, not a form of Krishna directly as such. And then in Kali Yuga, we're in Kali Yuga now, the Iron Age. It's a very difficult time, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. And if you follow the news a bit, I wouldn't advise you to follow it too much. You'll get a headache, you'll get a migraine, a permanent migraine. Sure. It's just too terrible. But if you know what's going on a bit, you know so much quarrel and hypocrisy and destruction and just like merciless slaughter of what would, typically at least be called innocent people. No one's really that innocent actually, but anyway, people who just apparently just walking down the street, suddenly they just see this thing. Where's our manager? The battery. Oh, there you are, sorry. Battery, yeah, subsided. In ISKCON we have a practice. Use the thing, the microphone, till the battery just cannot work. Oh, then think about changing it. So yes, so in the Kali Yuga, this difficult age, then there is a yellowish or golden form of Lord Vishnu who appears and teaches and demonstrates the religious activity for this age, which is generally chanting, would you believe, chanting the holy names of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu, not actually of Lord Krishna. But now in this cycle of the 4 yugas, first of all, Lord Krishna himself appeared in Dwapara Yuga and took the place of the Vishnu avatar, who would normally appear in Dwapara Yuga to teach deity worship. And in the Kali Yuga, of course, Lord Krishna appeared again as Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya came, and his mission, well, at least let us say the mission of the Yuga avatar in Kali Yuga is to spread the chanting of the holy names, and very liberally and freely to just basically anyone, to just anyone, whether they're interested or not. Prabhupada one time was in Paris, and the devotees told Prabhupada that they're going out chanting in the streets, but sometimes some of the people, they put their fingers in their ears. It means they don't like it. And Srila Prabhupada said, really? They do that? And the devotee said, yes. And Srila Prabhupada said, well, you must go over and pull their fingers out of their ears. Really? Could be a bit dangerous if they were a lot bigger than you, prone to get aggressive. So anyway, Lord Chaitanya was there. He is actually Krishna, taking the place of the Yuga avatar, generally a form of Lord Vishnu, the Yuga avatar for Kali Yuga, this age. And Lord Chaitanya, of course, was teaching the chanting of the holy names of Krishna, not just Lord Vishnu. And so Lord Chaitanya started the Sankirtan movement in Navadvip, where he had appeared, taken birth, and he was spreading it around that area, and it was spreading to some degree. But Lord Chaitanya felt that we wanted to spread more on a larger scale and to more people like this. We want to really make an impact on society. But, he said, the problem is that him, Lord Chaitanya, I am the leader of the Sankirtan movement, so I'm the main one who has to spread it and influence the people. But the problem is that I am a householder. I am a married man. And particularly in India, or you could say wherever the Vedic culture is, married people with great respect and affection to all the married people who are present. Married people, or here we talk about a man, married men are not taken so seriously spiritually, because spiritual life generally means you're not really involved in material life. And family life, you have to earn money, and children are usually there, and you've got all these responsibilities. So to really get into spiritual life can be a challenge. And therefore, oftentimes at least, the married men, when it came to being spiritual leaders, were not really taken so seriously. But the sannyasis, those who are in the renounced order, and those who are particularly in the renounced order, celibate and just fully dedicated, without any other responsibilities or considerations at all in their lives, all they do is preach and spread Krishna consciousness, give it to others, help others to understand and accept it and practice it, and like that. So therefore the sannyasis, they're normally much more effective, but at the very least, they are taken more seriously in that sense. And it's even like that today. In India, it's even like that today. It's even like that today in Sandton. It is. So Lord Chaitanya decided, because he was married, actually he was married, then his first wife was bitten by a snake and died. But then his mother asked him, please marry again. So he married another young lady. The first young lady was Lakshmi Priya, The second was Vishnu Priya. So he married her. Yes, so now, but he's married, and Lord Chaitanya, he understood, I am in the role of the Yuga avatar. I have to spread the movement everywhere, not just around my area where I can come back home at night and have nice prasadam and comfortable facilities, but just all over. Give Krishna consciousness just to everyone. And I can't do that as a householder because, it would be irresponsible just to leave my family and go off and do these things. So he decided to take sanyas so he could really spread the movement very dynamically. So on the day before Makara Sankranti, Lord Chaitanya, he was in his hometown, Navadvip, and he decided, this is it. I'm going to leave home tomorrow and take sannyas. So this, now what I'll read gives you the basic idea of what happened. So first of all though, just repeat after me please. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So I'll read the first verse, I'll read the Bengali form, then I'll just read the English translations. So this is actually, it's Chaitanya Bhagavat, in fact, by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. It is the Madhya Leela, chapter 28, and I will read, first of all, verse 7, and then just after that, the verses as they come. Ye Dina Chaliba Prabhu Sanyasa Karite Nityananda Stane Taha Kahila Nibrite. On the day, the day before, the day that the Lord was going to leave home to take sannyas, he privately spoke to Lord Nityananda. Oh Nityananda Swarup, please listen. You should tell only 5 persons what I am about to say. I will certainly take sannyas from Keshav Bharati. The 5 persons you may tell are my mother, Gadadha, Brahmananda Bharati, Sri Chandrasekhar Acharya, and Mukunda. They're all very special personalities in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. So the Lord said this to Nityananda Swarup in private, so no one else knew. Thereafter, can you hear me? Thereafter, Nityananda Prabhu told those 5 persons about the Lord's coming departure. Thank you. belated battery prayers. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. The Lord passed that day joyfully, engaged in Sankirtan along with the Vaishnavas. After happily taking his noon meal, the Lord went to see the Ganges in the evening. He offered obeisances to the Ganges, sat on the bank for some time, and then returned home. Sri Gaurasundar then sat at home, surrounded by his followers. No one knew that the Lord would leave home that day, actually that night, just after midnight. Therefore everyone happily enjoyed his company. The lotus-eyed Lord sat there with his limbs decorated with a beautiful flower garland and scented sandalwood paste. Every Vaishnava who came to see him brought along sandalwood pulp and a flower garland. The Lord attracted so many people that no one knew where they had all come from. Even Lord Brahma was able to count the number of people who came to see the Lord. Everyone who came offered obeisances by falling down flat. They then gazed continuously at the Lord's beautiful face. The Lord then gave each of them a garland from his neck and instructed them, sing the glories of Krishna. Okay. Glorify Krishna, worship Krishna, and chant the name of Krishna. Do not think of anything other than Krishna. Let me just read the Bengali, it's very nice. Bala Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Gao Krishna Nam, Krishna Vinu Keha Kichu, Nabaviha An. Glorify Krishna, worship Krishna, and chant the name of Krishna. Do not think of anything other than Krishna. If you have any affection for me, then don't speak about any topics other than Krishna. Whether you are sleeping, eating, or waking, day and night think of Krishna and chant his name. In this way the Lord cast his merciful glance on everyone who came, and after instructing them he said, now go home. In this way many people came and went. They floated in such ecstasy that they did not recognize each other. The beautiful body of the Lord, decorated with sandalwood pulp and flower garlands, could not be compared to the insignificant beauty of the full moon. After receiving the Lord's mercy, all the people became ecstatic and left loudly chanting, Hari, Hari. At that time, the pious Sridhar came there with a pumpkin in his hand. Sridhar is a very famous devotee in these pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in Navadvip before taking sanyas. He was called Kolavecha Sridhar, means Sridhar who deals in bananas. In Bengali, kola. In Hindi, kela. So Kolavecha, the Sridhar who deals in the actual bananas, the flowers, the leaves, and just all different parts of the banana plants. So, seeing the pumpkin, Sri Gaurasundar asked him, where did you get that? The Lord, however, thought, tomorrow means today, Makara Sankranti. Tomorrow I will leave. therefore I'll not be able to eat this. And he was not just thinking, I want to eat, but this is an offering from a devotee, so it's very sacred. And he doesn't want to disrespect, like ignore the offering of a devotee. So he's thinking, I want to eat this, but I'm leaving tomorrow, so what to do? So thinking like this, to maintain his affection for his devotees, he requested his mother to cook the pumpkin. At that time, one fortunate person came and offered a pot of milk. The Lord smiled and told his mother, this is very nice. Please cook these together. So she did that. And then Lord Chaitanya, he ate that. The pumpkin cooked in milk with sugar. You know, Srila Prabhupada said many things. One thing he said is that if you use enough butter and sugar, any fool can cook something that will taste nice. So that this is a particular preparation. But pumpkin cooked in milk, it's a sweet preparation. Yeah, like a classic, traditional sweet preparation. So she cooked it and offered it, and the Lord ate it. And then he took rest. Now, just if you remember, he had told Lord Nityananda to tell 5 people, one of them was his mother. So she knew that he is going to leave home. Yes, so she didn't sleep. She just sat by the door, chanting. And Lord Chaitanya, sure, it's almost like it would be better just to not use it. Lord Chaitanya, he took rest. His wife, Vishnupriya, massaged his lotus feet. This is a classic service of a wife for the husband. Massage his feet when he takes rest. So she massaged his feet, but she had some feeling something was going to happen. So anyway, after midnight, so now it's Makara Sankranti, and it's a special sacred occasion actually. So after midnight, Lord Chaitanya got up and left the room of the bedroom of himself and his wife, and went to the door, and there was his mother sitting in the door, chanting. And she knew, of course, and she's kind of blocking the door. The Lord Chaitanya told her that, you know, I have to go. I have to go now, so please, just move aside, let me go. And she wouldn't move, wouldn't or couldn't, but she didn't move initially. And Lord Chaitanya, I mean, we could have read more and just read a whole lot, but Lord Chaitanya, he preached to his mother about his mission and what he had to do and for the good of humanity. And because it's the Yuga Dharma, he has to spread the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, that he has to do this. So he appealed to his mother, and he told his mother that I owe you so much as my mother. And this, I cannot repay you. So you may wonder, how can I do this? How can I leave you? But I have a higher duty to perform, even higher than my duty to yourself. So please move aside. And she moved aside. And then Vishnu Priya came, and Lord Chaitanya walked out. But to avoid creating a scene, like the two of them trying to grab him and hold him and physically stop him and all sorts of things like that, Lord Chaitanya ran. He ran from there down to the Ganges. From their house down to the Ganges, it's about 2 kilometers, or it might even be 3, it's sort of 2 to 3 kilometers, down to a particular ghat, a boat ghat. So, of course, it's 1 o'clock in the morning or thereabouts on Makara Sankranti. Lord Chaitanya ran, and Mother Sachi, she is not a young woman. She's probably 60, not 50, beyond middle age. She's in old age. So 60 years old or so, and she ran, following Lord Chaitanya. And Vishnu Priya ran. They all ran down to the ghat, the boat ghat. And Lord Chaitanya, when he got down there, the other 4, Nityananda, Chandrasekhar, Mukunda, and the other one, who was the other one? Gadadhar. They were there, waiting for him. And Lord Chaitanya was going racing down, just straight into the Ganges. And the other 4 followed him. But Mother Sachi, Shri Sadhuja Chaitanya Ki Jai. Mother Sachi, she's an elderly lady, 60. She'd already actually given birth to several children, not just 1 or 2, but altogether, I think about 10 or something. Anyway, several children she'd given birth to, so she's not a young lady at all. And so she didn't just dive in to swim after him. She and Vishnu Priya stopped on the bank as they watched Lord Chaitanya now swimming across towards the other side of the Ganges. It's not so wide there, it's just 200 meters, it might be, something like that. So Lord Chaitanya and the other 4, they're swimming across to the other side. And it's a really special pastime. Mother Sachi and Vishnu Priya, they called out, shouted out, Nidaya! 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 Daya means mercy. Nidaya. There's no mercy. There's no mercy. What do they call that? Nidaya! 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 Boy, if you called out like that, you would definitely not get much of it. Let's get into it. Okay, with me, same time, simultaneously. Nidaya! 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 Right. There's no mercy. There's no mercy. So the ghat had a name, all these boat ghats, because life, in that part of the world, it's all surrounding, everything's connected with the river, the Ganges. And boats are just going back and forth almost 24 hours a day, at least 18 hours a day. So every ghat has a name. Like there's a ghat by our ISKCON property where the Temple of Vedic Planetarium is being built right now. It's called the Prabhupada Ghat. Yes. So that ghat, boating ghat, had a name, but from that day until today it is known as Nidaya Ghat. That's Nidaya Ghat. Yeah. So anyway, Lord Chaitanya and his 4 associates came on swimming, got across the Ganges, and then walked on the other side, walked north to a town, a city now, or town called Katwa. So there in Katwa was this personality, shall we say, Keshava Bharati. He was not exactly a devotee. In fact, he was an impersonalist. At least he had taken sannyas in the impersonal school, although, at heart, it's a long story, but their Krishna consciousness was there within his heart, and therefore Lord Chaitanya had chosen him to take sannyas from. He had been initially initiated by Ishvara Puri, but now Ishvara Puri was also a sannyasi, but somehow or other he chose to accept sannyas from Keshava Bharati. So Keshava Bharati had an ashram there on the banks of the Ganges. The place is still there. The place where Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. We went there a few weeks ago, actually. In the beginning of December, we went there. So they arrived there, they walked or ran about, 20 or 30 kilometers, something like that, up to Katwa. And then Lord Chaitanya, by that time it's probably 5, 6 o'clock or something along those lines. The sun is rising. Life is beginning to happen in Katwa. And Lord Chaitanya approached Keshava Bharati and said, "Give me sannyas." Keshava Bharati was taken aback. He didn't know about what was going on. "Give me sannyas." And Keshava Bharati said, "I can't do that, you're too young." Lord Chaitanya was 24. And sannyas means, unlike becoming a brahmachari, which involves celibacy, but sannyas means a vow of celibacy, and that's it for the rest of the life. And there's no question of changing your mind and thinking, well, I think I'll get married. As brahmacharis can do that, and many do. Not all, but many. But sannyasis, they can't do that. If they do, it's like a great embarrassment, to put it mildly. So he told them, "Give me sannyas." Not exactly like, would you be so kind as to give me sanyas, please. Give me sanyas. In Keshav Bharati told him, you're too young. You've got a young wife, because he knew who Lord Chaitanya was. You've got a young wife, your mother is there, your mother's still alive. You can't take sannyas. And he told him, you are too, didn't just say good looking, he said, you are too beautiful to take sannyas. You're just too beautiful. And you won't be able to maintain sannyas because, you know, ladies, a lot of ladies will become fascinated by you. So he told them like that. So just go home, and later, after your mother's passed away, and, you know, later, you can take sannyas. But Lord Chaitanya, what did he say? No! Give me sannyas now! So the word spread around Katwa that Lord Chaitanya, he was known then as Nimai Pandit. He was a famous scholar in the area, the most famous scholar actually. The word spread around Katwa. Nimai Pandit has come to the ashram of Keshav Bharati to take sannyas. So it was like Katwa shut down. Everybody gathered. Means thousands of people, not hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people gathered there. And they saw Lord Chaitanya. He's dressed as a householder, wearing white, with long hair, a very beautiful long hair, and just in general extremely beautiful. And now the idea is he's going to take sannyas. And everyone, thousands of people, they all decided he can't take sannyas. This is not right. And there's no need. He must not take sannyas. So Lord Chaitanya started, Lord Chaitanya still, it's going back and forth between him and Keshav Bharati, discussions, negotiations, and the local people, as they're looking at the incredible beauty of Lord Chaitanya, just overwhelmed. Some of the people, as they're looking at him, they were fainting because of his beauty. Did anyone faint when they saw you? Anyone? No. No one. Just one person. No. No one. So people were fainting looking at his beauty. And people thinking that he wants to take sannyas. People were crying. But then some of the elders, like Acharya Prabhu, he's one of our elders. Some of the elders, they got together and they said, listen, Shri Sadguru Chaitanya Ki Jai. So sit down and relax, devotees. It won't take too long, but another, I'd say 10 minutes or something. So they decided that we cannot allow this to happen. We are the elders, like the seniors, sort of like the town council. We can't allow this. We have to stop it. So they stood up and loudly announced to Keshava Bharati, you give him sannyas, we'll kill you. Then we will take your ashram apart, brick by brick, and throw it into the Ganges. So, that's it. The whole thing's cancelled, finished. So Lord Chaitanya then started preaching to them that I have to do it, I must do it, to deliver the world, to establish the Yuga Dharma, to save everyone. I have to do it. This is why I have come to this world. And he influenced the people a lot. So then there was some agreement, like a limited agreement, that okay, maybe we'll see, but we won't stop it. So then they called a Baba. The Baba's name was Madhu. And if you understand the language, you would know Madhu means sweet, very sweet. He was a very sweet devotee, and he used to cut people's hair. So he came. They called for him, he came. He was like the local Baba. And Lord Chaitanya told him, shave my head. And the people now, the feelings, they sort of kind of were not unwilling. They weren't going to stop the sanyas, but cut his hair. He should be a long-haired sannyasi, because his hair is too beautiful to cut. So now this mood of concern came up, and Lord Chaitanya is telling Madhu, cut my hair. And Madhu's looking at his hair and going like, I don't think I can do it. Lord Chaitanya told him, cut my hair. And the elders told Madhu, you cut his hair, we'll kill you and throw you in the Ganges with Keshava Bharati and his ashram. So it's another sort of stalemate. But Lord Chaitanya was insisting, no, he must cut my hair. So, okay, all right, they agreed. So now Madhu takes it's one of these, like, they call them cutthroat razor blades, the old style. Open blade, just open blade. They hold it and it sticks, kind of sticks up. And you've got to know what you're doing to use it. So Madhu picked up his blade and he started crying and crying. And he told Lord Chaitanya, no, I can't do it. I'm crying so much I can't see the blade. And Lord Chaitanya told him, cut my hair. All right, he picked up the blade. He's about to start cutting. And what did he see? Devotees. The blade was crying. And Madhu said, I'm sorry, can't do it. And Lord Chaitanya said, just cut my hair. So first he cut one hair. And that one hair, long hair, fell to the ground. And as it fell, 1,000,000 tears fell from all the assembled devotees and people. So then he cut Lord Chaitanya's hair, and when he finished, he dropped his blade, and he took a vow, I will never cut anyone's hair again for the rest of my life. And he didn't. And in that place, there's the place where Lord Keshava Bharati gave Lord Chaitanya sannyas. Right next to it is the samadhi of Madhu, the Baba. He was buried there, or his ashes were buried there. So now, okay, now, that's preliminary. Now, for taking sannyas, kind of the essence of the whole thing is he has to receive the sannyas mantra, which is a secret mantra. If any of you want to know what it is, wait till you take sannyas, then you'll be told. Until then, very well. So Keshav Bharati is going to initiate him into Mayavad, impersonal sannyas. The impersonalists, sometimes called the Mayavadis, but the general group is called impersonalists. They think that God is not a person. So therefore they're called impersonalists. And actually, for that matter, they think that we are all not persons, but rather it's all one. And there's no such thing as individuality or anything like that, or even this building doesn't exist. It's just everything is one. So we do not accept that. The Kesava Bharati, he had taken sannyas in that line. Now he's going to give Lord Chaitanya an impersonalist sannyas mantra. So he chanted sort of in the direction of Lord Chaitanya's right ear. He chanted this mantra. And Lord Chaitanya said, you know, I didn't hear it properly. Can you repeat it? So he repeated it a bit louder. And Lord Chaitanya said, you know, I just couldn't catch it. Can you say it again, the third time? Third time he said it. And Lord Chaitanya said, you know, I think I may have got it. Let me just tell it to you. Let me tell it to you, and you can tell me if I've got it. So Lord Chaitanya came right over to Kesava Bharati's right ear and chanted like the classic Vaishnava sannyas mantra into his right ear. And Kesava Bharati, when he heard that mantra, he became like electrified. And Lord Chaitanya said, did I get it right? It's completely different from the mantra that he was trying to get him. Did I get it right? And Kesava Bharati said, yes, that's the right mantra. So actually the understanding is Lord Chaitanya initiated Kesava Bharati into sannyas, into Vaishnava sannyas. So then they had a big kirtan. Oh, and then Kesava Bharati gave him a name, the name Krishna Chaitanya, which is not actually like one of the traditional sannyas names, but somehow or other it just came out of his mouth that from today on your name is Krishna Chaitanya. And then they had a big kirtan, a really big kirtan. And you know Yadav Prabhu and company and all the devotees and Ravindra Swarup kirtan leaders. You know what a big kirtan leader, the kirtan is like. No, you don't actually. that was a really big kirtan. The planet was shaking. Yeah, you know, when Lord Nityananda, when Lord Nityananda was living in Vrindavan, staying at Radhakund, and he heard Lord Chaitanya has taken sannyas. Lord Nityananda roared, and the roar was heard throughout the universe and around the whole planet. And at that time, the Portuguese were ruling part of Gujarat. Did you know that? The part is called, I think, Diu. You know about that? Diu. The people there, a lot of them can still speak Portuguese. So anyway, the Portuguese were ruling, and in their histories of what happened when they were ruling their part of India, just part of India, part of Gujarat, Lord Chaitanya is mentioned. And there is mention that on this one day, there was a huge noise. And we never figured out what the noise was. The noise was Lord Nityananda roaring when he heard Lord Chaitanya's taken sannyas. So they had big kirtan. Then Lord Chaitanya set off for Vrindavan. He thought, I will not go into that, it's another story. The Lord Nityananda, he asked Lord Nityananda, he had been living in Vrindavan. He asked Lord Nityananda, can you just lead me? I've not been to Vrindavan before. Lord Nityananda said, fine, no problem. And Lord Nityananda took him back the wrong direction, deliberately, but that's another story. And they're almost in Navadvip again, and Advaita Acharya comes on a boat. And Lord Chaitanya sees him and says, what are you doing in Vrindavan? And Advaita Acharya said, wherever you are, that's Vrindavan. And then explained, it's not actually Vrindavan, sorry, you've been tricked. So this is the story, devotees, of how Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. I mean, there's more to it. Let me just mention another little bit. In the morning of Makara Sankranti, everyone wakes up in Navadvip. But Lord Chaitanya is gone, and everyone finds out he's gone to take sannyas. And everyone becomes just overwhelmed. We've lost him. We've lost him. And people became suicidal. And people came to Advaita Acharya, who's the leader of the devotee community. And they said, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And one of the devotees said, I'm going to throw myself in the Ganges and commit suicide. And he got up and started moving towards the door. Advaita Acharya stopped him and said, no, no. And the man said, don't try to stop me. And Advaita Acharya said, I'm not trying to stop you, I want you to wait for me. I'm coming with you. I'll commit suicide in the Ganges also. So things like this happen. Pretty dramatic. Hare Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu King. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu King. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu King. Srila Prabhupada King. Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very, very much. Sanyasi sadhu sangha that they have there. It was very nice to have this wonderful intimate pastimes with each other. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for literally jumping off the car and coming straight into the Vyasasan to ISKCON Sandton. It's just admirable of the amount of enthusiasm and energy that you have. So thank you very much, Maharaj, for making it and blessing us with your presence as well. Devotees, I did make a lot of announcements, so I'll be a little quicker this time. I want to just let you know about some of the wonderful festivals and programs that we're going to be having coming up into 2024. This year, there's loads of service opportunities available. So please get involved, get engaged in the wonderful programs that we'll be having. There'll be lots of big festivals every appearance day or very auspicious days will be big programs that we'll have in ISKCON Sandton. So we'd like to encourage you, please come and join the program, please come and help us serve so that we can grow the programs and grow the congregation here. In the course of this year, we're going to be having lots of different festivals. One of the big ones is going to be ISKCON Sandton Rath Yatra. So Rath Yatra is currently earmarked for us to have this in May this year. So we will be fortunate enough to have His Holiness Keshava Maharaj going to be visiting us as well. Yes, Hari Bol. So Keshava Maharaj will be coming through for Rath Yatra sometime in May. It's not confirmed the dates. We're also going to be having at some point Jayaveta Maharaj will be coming and visiting us in Johannesburg. So we'll look out for those dates. We have Jai Sachinanda Maharaj. He's tentative for sometime in June and July. Madhava Prabhu will be coming through sometime in September. So these are some of the dates that we have. Bhakti Brihad Maharaj was also saying that he'd like to come back and give a class as well. So there's going to be many programs, and obviously we have His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj, who's in addition to the Bhakti Vaibhav programs that he's currently running right now, we also have various different programs and seminars in the course of the year. I think one's going to be happening with SSR in 2 weeks' time. So Maharaj will be doing that online. I think he will be in Ermelo, where he will be next weekend. Next weekend, yes, ma'am. So these are wonderful opportunities to take care and get hold of devotees. So please, wherever you are, if you cannot be there physically, you can be there virtually as well these days with technology. Get involved, get engaged. Try to make your 2024 aspirations and goals to be able to do a little bit more on the spiritual side of your life. That's going to help us all tremendously as well. Devotees, we will have a little bit of kirtan, a short kirtan for maybe about 15 minutes, and then after we'll have some prasadam. So we'd like to just take this opportunity to thank you once again for coming through. Our cooks for today was Shobha Mai and a team. We'd like to just thank the devotees once again. Raising hands nice and high and chanting for these wonderful devotees. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We'll have some kirtan. What would you like to sing?
Maybe because he's my singer.
Okay. Okay. So just while the kirtaniyas are getting set up, there's two important things I'd like to also let you know. One is that we have our 2024 calendar stock again. So this is available for you if you'd like to purchase your calendar. There's a table that's out there with Bhagavad Prabhu. Please go and get your calendars. They're 60 rands each. And we have this Maha nectar that just arrived today. This nectar is something that if you can grab it today. This is a ultimate audio archive of Srila Prabhupada. This is 128 gigabytes of data on a USB drive, and it has 4,000 audio clips of Srila Prabhupada. Okay? So if you'd like to get hold of this here, it is 450 rands. We do have card machines available for you. And when you open up this box, there's a booklet inside. And this booklet has paginated in detail every single one of those clips. So if you wanted to go to clip number 1308, you could go and find out exactly what that was. Srila Prabhupada was doing a morning walk, and that's what he was talking about. So this is one of the major gems of nectar that's available. If you'd like to get a hold of this copy, please go and see the book table outside. It's 450 rands for this year and 60 rands for our calendars, which we have in stock as well. Okay, devotees, thank you very much. Bless our Kirtan. Hare Krishna.
Where's the hammer?